Perfect. Thank you so much. First of all, Sofia and Yara, I wanted to congratulate you on this beautiful show. It was amazing and such an emotional experience. My first question for Sofia would be, this situation happens often where kids who excel in elementary suddenly drop off in their grades and feel like they're not doing enough. But what would you tell them to reassure them that they're doing incredibly great?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're looking at the statistics, especially with girls in these fields, particularly STEM, is that like we see this drop off, but I believe that this drop off, and I think the stats have backed it up, that it's a byproduct of not being seen, right? And that like additionally, we sort of frame this world for girls and that like you have to be trepidatious, you have to like hold yourself a certain way, you have to like never ever trip up or like ever be imperfect. And I think that like it's this whole like gifted kid burnout type thing where it's like going and you're going and you're going and you're going and you can never fail, you can never slip up. And I think that embracing that imperfection, embracing failure, knowing that failure is not something to be, not something taboo, it's something that helps you grow. So, you know, like I can do this differently this time because I learned this from my past, right? So I want people to know that you're supposed to fail. You're supposed to not know what you're doing one point or another. And I think that helps you grow and it helps you sort of refine who you want to be in this world. And additionally, you're not going through that process alone. There's so many people that this ends up happening to as well. It's just a matter of finding that community, embracing, and then having those conversations about how you're feeling in that moment so that it feels substantially less isolating in the moment.
All right. Thank you so much. And Yara, excuse me, similar to Sophia's experience, have you had an experience where your peers don't take you seriously because of, gender or race or any other aspect like that?
Too many. I've had too many experiences. I'm grateful that all in all, I've had a positive educational experience, but there are definitely moments I had to overcome in terms of shaking my self-esteem from teachers not believing I was excelled and having to spend the entire year proving myself. And people feeling like I was overperforming for some other reason. And I had one teacher tell me to calm down and even like stop assigning me homework for a bit of time so that I would go back to where everybody else was in class. And even experiences of just kind of realizing, coming from such a specific background of being Black, Iranian, of realizing that people are going to see what they want to see. Some people heard Iran and only talked politics versus realizing that for me, it's a culture and it's a family. Some people saw Black and made a ton of other assumptions about what I knew, didn't know. We were just talking about how at school, one school had kids do presentations on cultural celebrations, and they're supposed to be things you actually celebrate. And they just assumed that I could give a presentation on Kwanzaa, which fortunately has just become an anecdote in my life. I ended up giving one on Persian New Year, but those are things that I think I've come across, of course, in elementary school, but even as two young women that are in our undergraduate careers, I just graduated. It's something that I had to overcome, and it really required all of the shoring up I've done in the past years to be able to push through undergrad.
Okay, that's beautiful, and that tells a lot about why you found this connection between you and Sofia. I wanted to thank you for this beautiful episode and this amazing show that will surely change lives all over the world. Thank you so much for your time and for your answers.
Thank you.
Thank you.